Good afternoon, colorists. I am Mia Luyando with Badass Art, and I am back today with our little bee lady here. We've been working on her for a few days now. We started with Crayola Colors of the World, and we did a skin tone pencil review on her face. Now we have moved on to Indra Creative Macarons, and we have been reviewing this gorgeous little Easter egg looking set over here. I just received it. I had the set of 36 and I loved it, and I wanted this set of 72, but for a long time it just wasn't available in the United States. This is a company that's based in Mexico. Indra actually has a lot of incredible art supplies. They have markers, they have like a paint pen that's sort of like a Posca, if I'm not mistaken. They have all kinds of gel pens and metallic markers and pencil. It's incredible, but they're in Mexico only. And they sold their pencils for a limited time on Amazon. The only ones that are there still are the Macarons and the Morandis. That's all they sell. And unfortunately, right now, I don't even think that they're available in the United Kingdom. But keep looking. I have faith that they'll realize how popular they really are and hopefully bring them back. The bigger line, the fuller line, I hope. And, because they're really a great pencil. So anyway, moving forward, we've been working on her hair. And when I started, I said that I was going to do like a strawberry metallic, but after thinking about it, I think that's really going to wash out her skin tone, and I don't really want to make her any darker. It was a light skin tutorial, and I don't want to wash her face out, so I think we're going to leave her kind of, similar. I mean, I don't think we're going to go much darker, but I do want to clean it up and kind of show you how we can, work these hair strands in. Amazon is notorious for printing too dark. There's not that much I can do. I send them a perfect file. I send them a perfect grayscale file, and they don't always print it perfectly. One thing I do encourage, though, if you get a coloring book that has lines, that has streaks, that is just wildly too dark, send it back and they will replace it at no charge. You don't have to pay for shipping to send it back. You don't have to pay for shipping to have it, returned to you. Now, if you received this book in the mail, I would tell you to send it back, because this is a little bit too dark right here. I kept it, obviously, because, I created her in the first place. I know what she's supposed to look like. But you should actually be able to see a little more detail in here. I have a Facebook group called Badass Art, and for every new book, there is a complete flip through. So as soon as it comes out, you'll see every single page. And actually, I need to just start doing those on here too. You'll know exactly what it should look like. So when you get them from Amazon, if they're not 100%, you'll know what to send back. They're $9.99. I want you to get your money's worth. So I think we were using this kind of sunflower marigold kind of color yesterday. And we're going to go back in, and I'm just going to, now that we're not going to go, with these reds and orangey tones to make her look a little darker metallic, I'm just going to kind of smooth out this this area, these highlights. And kind of give her this little coppery look. If you're following along at home and you don't have the Indras, You don't have to follow along with the same set of pencils that I'm using. Just grab what you have and, find a shade that's comparable. And that's another thing. You don't have to match shades exactly. It's not going to be, the demise of your picture if you're using, a completely different shade. It's okay. This is coloring, and you can manipulate your picture to look incredible no matter what. That's what we're here to learn. You can definitely boss these pencils around and make them do what you want. Don't ever be intimidated. It's pigment and paper. We are way smarter than this. We can we can fix it. I promise. Now, I do have a good eraser. It is a battery operated eraser. It's made by Derwent. I love it. I think it takes a AA battery, or AAA. No, it's a AAA battery. I don't have it sitting here next to me. I'll get it out for the next one. And it can take off some colored pencil, let me tell you. So even if you do make a mistake, it's not that daunting when you know that you have like a power eraser that's, going to come and save you. And, I'm just going in here and making some lighter areas in these little curls, and they were non-existent. We've completely created these. And it's, it's not that daunting. It's not that intimidating when you see it. But if you guys are at home, you're having trouble with, with a picture, take a picture of it, send me a message. If you do decide to message me, and you haven't before, make sure that you let me know you're asking an art question, because if I get a message that says, hey, what's up, or hey, what you do, I chuck those. There are a lot of weirdos out there. Sorry. There are a lot of creepy people out there, and if people that I don't know don't get to the point real quick, then I assume it's just somebody, being, for lack of a better word, just kind of being weird. So, if somebody messages me and says, hey, I have an art question, or hey, I'm having trouble with some blending, do you have a minute? Absolutely. Yeah, give me a shout. But let me know that you're asking an art question, so that I don't think that you're just, creepy. Okay, I think we've put enough gold on that side. And I'm really just smoothing it out. I was happy with the amount of color. Once I decided that I wasn't going to go any darker with it, I was happy with the colors that were here. They just needed to be, kind of smoothed out, so they didn't look so choppy. And hair's different, we spend a lot of time on the skin, doing really slow, light-handed circles. It's different, we've moved over here, now we're kind of doing this, grab and pull, these little wispy, eyelashy kind of flicks, and it's different. So, we're definitely putting just a little bit more pressure behind the pencil too. Okay, I'm going to put this color away. I'm going to go back up to the purple color. And I believe it was 011. And I'm just going to, like I said, just kind of even this out so there isn't as much grayscale paper peeking through. When I first started doing grayscale, my idea was that when I finished the coloring, if the grayscale was a layer all by itself that I could peel away, all the layers of color that I had added on top would, be a portrait. It wouldn't even look different that I had peeled away that grayscale underneath, if that makes sense. It would be, a layer that you just didn't need anymore because you had already added all the skin tones and everything. And it was just, it was a guide. It was a base for you to learn how to build a portrait. That's exactly what we're doing. If your journey is to be able to do a portrait and draw a portrait from just a blank piece of paper, you are learning all the shading and contouring right now. And I've been doing portraits for 30 years. And lots of them are still over on DeviantArt. If anybody wants to go have a look at just drawings that I've done over the years. I think that this is kind of coming together. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a step back from that right now so I don't overdo it. That's a thing. You can just keep adding details, and then all of a sudden it's just too much. So I started one little scale up here. I don't even know if that's a scale. It's just a little wing. And I wanted to show everyone how to do an iridescent effect. Now, the easiest way is to grab about 4 different colors or 5 different colors of iridescence. Now, you can also use a white gel pen. You can use, and I grabbed one, if you want to, some people like to take away the dark lines so that everything is white, and that's fine. Some people like to leave the shading in there. That's totally up to you. I grabbed one just in case. I use the Sakura Jelly Rolls. I like the medium, but they do come in a fine point, and this is just my preference. There's a million different gel pen on the market. That one, I just like the consistency of the ink, and it's really bright. You can really see it, and so that's why I keep going back to it. I picked up some cheap Crayola glitter glue. I think it was about $9.50, and I grabbed it just because I liked the way this little iridescent glitter looked on the bottom. I thought, hey, that might be kind of cool on those wings. We'll see. You know, see how we feel when we get there. It's definitely something you can do. It's obviously something you don't have to do. It's just something extra, something fun. So, since we are in our macaroon set, I grabbed a pale baby blue, a lavender, like a bubblegum pink, a peach, and a pale yellow. And you can even get away with a cream color if you don't have a yellow that is that pale. I know a lot of sets out there don't have like a creamy pale yellow. And if you don't have a pastel set, it's kind of hard. So anyway, these are the colors that you want to grab. And I'm going to show you how to make a shimmery little wing. So the first color you want is this blue. And you're going to go down in the lowest part of her wing. And then you grab the purple. And you're going to kind of lay that in over the blue, but not all the way down. You want to leave some of the blue visible. And you want to kind of go in with a light hand on this too, because they're really delicate. And sometimes I don't use both pink and peach. I'll use one or the other. If you're going to choose one or the other, go with the pink, because when you come back over it with the yellowish creamy color, you'll get an orange looking color from the blending. And when you come back in with the yellowish cream, I kind of go over the whole area. And yeah, it changes the colors, but it's also sort of gives it that iridescent effect because it's kind of pulling everything in and smearing it around. And I did go up, beyond the little area here, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, we're going to do each one of them, but when we come in here, well, you'll see. We'll do it together. And each of these colors just kind of runs into the next, and that's what gives you your iridescent effect. And if there's a color that you don't like, if you don't want to add this color or that color, this is your thing. I kind of personally like the look of the orange a little more than the pink, but that's just my personal preference. And then this one, I'm going to skip the pink and go straight to the orange. It's a little bit darker. And there you have it, an iridescent wing. Now if you want to go around it with the white gel pen, absolutely can. I don't usually do it. I don't know. I'm not really good at outlining or something. I don't know. And then of course the glitter glue. But I'm not going to put any kind of glitter or glue on anything right now until I've finished everything else, because it'll be everywhere. So why don't we just go ahead and start on these other wings. We can definitely start on this side. And this side's a little bit lighter. It doesn't have quite as much shadow in it, so we don't have to give it as much pressure. Remember, these pencils have quite a bit of pigment in them. And now, from now on, you guys know exactly how to make an iridescent wing, or anything that you want to be iridescent. See, when the yellow comes down into the pink, it kind of makes that orangey color anyway. And then we didn't use a green, but when it comes down into this blue color, it sort of creates the green for us. Okay, I'm very happy with that. What do you think? I like it. Now, bee wings, I only do those yellow. Just because. Okay. And bee wings are really, I guess they're more white. I've never really gotten that close. And I have this one. Snatched to the top. And I will go in and do a little bit more detailing in our next video. But we're already running at about 28 minutes, which is longer than I like to go. And I think I'll make the videos a little longer. That way we don't have as many for each one. And I'm good with doing longer videos. If you all are good with watching longer videos, let me know. About a year ago, I did a few videos. I was just starting this channel, and then a few things happened, and I got kind of sidetracked, and I didn't get to devote to it like I wanted to, like I'm doing now. And there were some people that said, you know, don't make long videos. We don't like that. And I was like, oh, you know, that's okay. I can do shorter videos. So, but then I started thinking about, you know, what kind of videos am I watching? If I want to go find out about a different pencil, I don't mind sitting and watching something for a while. You know, maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. My attention is held longer than just 15 or 20 minutes. So I guess time kind of slips away from me. Okay. Well, there we are. We have her hair, and we have these cute little wings. And I will definitely come back in and do some more detailing on the bee wings. But I think we'll call it a day. We also have to come in and do her eyebrows and her eyes and the background. How should we do the background? Since Amazon gave us such a dark area over here. If anybody has any requests, we can do some paint or markers or something like that, or we can just keep on going with pencils. Let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow.